Breaking news, Interchain Labs knows how to do marketing, Atom is still not dead, and Cosmos now connects to Ethereum. I even got a fresh new haircut on that special occasion today, but IBC Eureka is not all the news that we have today. We have the launch of the Babylon Genesis. Babylon Mainnet is now live, and with it, the baby TGE and Airdrop, which is currently trading at an $850 million fully diluted valuation. So low market cap relative to its TVL, which is around 4 or 5 billion US dollars. But most importantly, welcome Babylon to the Interchain and the Cosmos family. Babylon is also the launch partner and main integrator and customer of IBC Eureka, but we will talk about that. But first of all, let's look into what IBC Eureka actually brings to the table. By the way, Cosmos also did a little rebranding here on Twitter. And what IBC Eureka enables is fast, cheap, and seamless interoperability between Ethereum and Cosmos SDK blockchains, where basically two ways to integrate are possible. Number one, either you're connecting straight up to the Cosmos hub, or number two, you just integrate IBC Eureka natively and connect to other chains that have IBC Eureka enabled. But the main benefits that routing through the Cosmos hub enables is day one access, instant access to new routes, and much lower cross-chain infrastructure costs. So routing through the Cosmos hub makes things a lot more efficient, faster, and also accrues value to the Cosmos hub. Some of the other launch partners include dYdX, Injective, Mantra, a lot of Babylon LSTs. We also see Tower here, which was previously known as Quasar. They entirely pivoted and are now launching a Bitcoin DEX on Babylon. EtherFi as well, ZK Cloud, Seda, and many, many more. We have 15 here, and we have a lot more that are coming, that are in the pipeline. IBC Eureka truly brings IBC everywhere. It is a new post-interop era for Cosmos and also a new era for Atom, because finally, for the first time, Atom's value accrual derives from IBC volumes, and that is something that turns the Cosmos hub into a true decentralized router, interoperability hub, and also in general an interchain service provider, of which interoperability is just one of the services. There's a lot more. I also love this little glimpse into the future, hopefully, which is that 4 Atom would equal around $400, or 1 Atom over $100. I hope that would become a reality one day, maybe this cycle. If you want to start using IBC Eureka, you can do that right now on go.cosmos.network. You can see which routes are available, and then you can get a feeling for it and also experience the speed and efficiency of IBC Eureka. Carter, who's been a long-term contributor to the Cosmos Hub and Atom, also sharing a recap of what is cooking with Atom, because a lot of people are still not really alert to the fact that Atom has a lot of things cooking and its vibes being restored, and just undergoes a true resurrection miracle, how I like to call it. And there's still this broad perception that Atom would be a dead and cooked coin with no hope to be restored, and also with zero value accrual. But Carter clarifying that, first off, we have now Eureka using IBC v2. That means Atom directly benefits from bridging activity via buyback and burns. Also, the Cosmos Hub is a hub and spoke model within the IBC landscape, making it a true service provider for the Interchain. Also, Atom is actively being accrued by a variety of DeFi ecosystems. I think that's something that a lot of people are really underestimating. The diversification and also integration of Atom as an asset across DeFi, obviously mainly within Cosmos, but also hopefully now with Eureka, and eventually the Cosmos EVM, permissionless EVM smart contracts that might be further down the road with the open sourcing of Osmosis code base. I think that's something that's on the table, at least that's my personal opinion here. Might make a lot of sense. Also in combination with IBC Eureka would be a powerful combo. And also it is supporting permissionless dApp deployment on itself, and also powers applications. We'll look into some of them later on as well. We have excellent new leadership with Barry and Mark that are sitting at the steering wheel, young, ambitious, well-respected guys that are just hungry and also execution machines. Like they're taking action like no other. And also the Atom community is unified for the first time in years. We don't have any toxicity left. It's been entirely purged. And I think the Cosmos Hub community is probably the #1 most battle-tested community. And those that are still standing, that still have their Atom bags, I think those people deserve Atom at $100 and beyond. So let's see where this is going. But great write-up here from Carter. He's saying $100 billion plus is the worth of Atom. Update your thesis. That's what it's all about. And I also want every one of you that is listening, that is still bullish, that is still there, that's positive, that's excited about the future of Atom and the Cosmos Hub and Cosmos ecosystem in general, to also share your excitement to the outside and really share this thesis with other people, because they need to update their views on Atom, because they're probably not as deep in the trenches in Cosmos as we are. Then we also have Barry calling for OP stack experts, because there's apparently applications and projects that are exploring to migrate or to launch in Cosmos, but to also migrate, and he wants to build a playbook for that. So if you are an OP stack expert or know somebody, then please share them, refer them below this video. Let me know, drop me a DM on Twitter at Cryptocito, or text Barry directly and let him know that you have some leads to refer. Mark also saying that app chains for us, which means for the Cosmos Hub, are the customers. The Cosmos Hub is not competing with other app chains in Cosmos, but it is designed to empower other chains in Cosmos, making it an interchain service provider. And I think that's the overall direction that Atom was supposed to be going since its inception. But I think there was misalignment on how that would look like. And also there was no sustainable revenue share or value accrual for Atom as the native coin, as many people have rightfully pointed out, and I've pointed out here over the years. But that is now changing with IBC Eureka being the first step of many that are still coming. And remember that Mag and Barry are only at the steering wheel since 3 or 4 months. So these guys have taken quick action and are also actively reaching out to new projects, new builders. And I think also with Cosmoverse, we have a lot cooking this year to also onboard new developers, especially from the Balkan area, which is a very EVM developer rich area that is so far totally underserved for Cosmos. Well, we're already seeing community members stepping up like 0x Hank, big shout out, Manic.fun, which is a new project that is going to be fully Atom aligned. Looking forward to see what Manic.fun will bring to the table. Spade, founder of Neutron, also saying, for the first time in years, we're seeing OTC interest for Atom again, something leadership. We also saw some podcasts mentioning Atom and some major funds in the US that are now looking into Atom and updating their thesis. Sticking around, Spade and Neutron, big shout out to the Neutron team. They're now having the Mercury upgrade today as well, which is the upgrade that will spin out Neutron from an Atom secured chain to its own standalone Cosmos Layer 1 app chain. So that is something that, if you rewind our conversations from 2.5 years ago when they launched and when we had these all the conversations and live streams here, I think that was a question I once brought up, and I think back then there was full alignment that Neutron would stay on the hub. But now with this new developments, new direction that Atom is going as well, I think it definitely makes sense for Neutron to go on its own path. I also think that ICS V1 at least did not gain substantial traction, but instead I think the roadmap is going to focus a lot more on partial set security, which is also what Illis is using and Crypto Dungeon, which means the Cosmos Hub can also offer today already security as a service, besides through IBC Eureka now interoperability as a service, and also through Hydro we have liquidity as a service. So we already have 3 product verticals from 2 separate teams, the Hydro team being its own team, and partial set security, and also a Eureka being developed and maintained by Interchain Labs. And we'll probably see more launches, more product directions and verticals evolving over the next few months, maybe even weeks. So definitely stay subscribed to the channel, because that's where we'll be sharing those news first. Now, switching gears to Babylon, a big launch in crypto, the Bitcoin staking pioneer, launching at an $850 million valuation. There's also an airdrop campaign going on Binance, and also Binance trading that is now enabled. So you can come here, you can trade. If you're a Binance user, you might have an airdrop. If you are a Cosmos user, then you also most likely have an airdrop. And you're also probably familiar with the Mintscan Explorer. So you can come here, get all the parameters. There's an 8% inflation on the baby token, currently 65% staking APR. Total supply is 10 billion tokens. And there are 78 validators right now that are in the active set. With Stakecito, we're very proud to be one of them. We've been part of the testnet for a very long time. So if you received the airdrop or bought baby tokens on the open market because you believe in the future of Babylon and Bitcoin staking, then we're very, very happy and honored to receive your delegations. It is probably going to be very, very competitive. But so far, I think we're doing extremely well, and that is very, very nice to see. Now, they will also be listing finality providers here. We're also one with Stakecito, so you can also delegate your Bitcoin to us. That set is hyper competitive. And by the time you're watching this video, the baby airdrop might already have arrived in your wallet. If not, it is on the way. The foundation announced that the airdrop has been successfully executed and should be in your wallet very, very soon. There's no restrictions. You can also stake it to secure the chain and earn a 65% staking reward, which is the current rate. Note also that investors, which also includes myself with Cito Ventures, I've been invested into Babylon since 2022, that we will not be able to stake our investment, at least for the first year cliff. So only after the 1 year cliff has ended. Now, Babylon being a full-on Cosmos SDK blockchain, also first customer of IBC Eureka, also accelerates the Bitcoinification of Cosmos, with Osmosis now becoming Bitmosis, and Osmosis becoming a BSN, a Bitcoin secured network, which improves the security of the Osmosis chain and also boosts the alignment between Babylon and Osmosis, which you can also see that baby is now listed on Osmosis right away. You can trade it right here. And the easiest way to stake your baby tokens is through the Kepler web app or browser extension. And speaking of Kepler, they also have now integrated native BTC. So that's another big win. After also Kepler integrated with Ethereum and EVM assets, now we also have Bitcoin native BTC now live on the Kepler extension. So the Bitcoinification or Bitcoinization, I don't even know what's the better word here, is in full swing. We have Bitmosis, Babylon launched today, Kepler integrating it, and also Stargaze that is integrating alloyed Bitcoin from Osmosis into its marketplace. And there will be a lot more. We have Tower, we have announcements coming from Union with regards to Bitcoin and Babylon security, and a lot more things that are happening. Now, switching over to dYdX, they have now launched the dYdX search program, which we've been covering here over the previous weeks extensively throughout the forum discussions and on-chain voting for dYdX search. The proposal has now passed, and dYdX search is now live. 1 leaderboard, 9 seasons, $20 million on the line to be earned for traders. And this is ongoing until the end of the year. So you'll be able to earn dYdX rewards for trading on the dYdX platform. Also, Mantra has announced a $108 million fund, an ecosystem fund basically, to accelerate the adoption of Mantra technology. They already have some baller partners like Damak, which is the biggest one here, $1 billion deal that they signed. So if you are a founder, team, or developer that wants to tokenize anything, then you can apply for a grant or funding from the new Mantra ecosystem fund. And that is still not all. Actually, by far, I could go on for another hour or two with all the things that are happening in Cosmos right now. But we also have updates from Noble. They now have a leaderboard for their point system, which just launched a month ago. Go farm your Noble points. By minting the native Noble dollar or USDN, you can participate in that points program, and then you will be potentially also eligible for a Noble airdrop when it's coming, because right now Noble is a proof of authority chain, meaning it's a permissioned chain with Stakecito, we're one of the validators, and right now there is basically a dummy token. There's no native coin of Noble, and in a few weeks, I guess, that will change. Then we also have some high quality content from the OmniFlix team that was recorded during Cosmoverse 2024 in Dubai. The Cosmic Chronicles that are bringing you interviews with contributors and builders in the Cosmos ecosystem specifically for the Cosmos Hub. So give a follow to OmniFlix on Twitter, and also check out omniflix.tv/Cosmos to watch the Cosmic Chronicles series. Well, we're speaking about ecosystem applications earlier in the video, and one of the most successful ones is in fact Sentinel with their decentralized VPN service that is currently ranked second in Russia on Apple TV as the top 3 apps that is recommended in the Russian App Store. And Sentinel is also fully Atom aligned, has been around for many years, went through a lot, fully battle tested and just has a finished product that is just working, that is atom aligned, and that is also being used, not only working, but it's also being used by a lot of people. And you also saw the IBC volumes and usage, on-chain usage, shot up when this happened. So something has gone viral here in Russia with Sentinel's DVPN service. Then we also have Passage, which is a sleeping giant, I would say, in the metaverse space at least, which is a very, very cold, ice cold narrative and has been for the past 3 years, basically. But I personally believe that at some point in this cycle, over the next 3 to 5 years or something, that the narratives are coming back. Those narratives will come back. And I rather have my bags prepared before that happens, rather than back chasing after the narrative gets really, really hot. So Passage is one of my top picks for the metaverse vertical, and I really appreciate the team. I've been knowing them for a long time, also in my early Cosmos journey. I think in August 2021 is when I met them, so I was just in Cosmos for around a year at that time. But they're still around, they're still building, they're still shipping, refining the chain, the product as well, and I think sooner or later their time will come. Then we also have some new wind, fresh wind around Stargaze with the launch of Intergaze, which is going to be an Initia rollup. Initia also being probably next in line to launch. At least launch for Initia is absolutely imminent at this point. I think it's been basically delayed for quite some time now. But I think April is the month when Initia is going to launch, and Intergaze will be one of the rollups that is basically, as far as I understand it, an outpost of Stargaze, and it will also be part of the VIP rewards program on Initia. So check that out. There might also be some interesting NFT collections on Intergaze. And finally, we also have a brand new trailer that just dropped for Cosmoverse 2025, which is coming to the Balkans late October. Early bird tickets will be very, 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 very affordable this year and are starting as soon as next week. So get prepared for early bird tickets. Cosmoverse 2025 coming to Split, Croatia, October 30 to November 1st. We're also introducing the new team and overall just sharing more context and insights around our game plan and our objectives for 2025. We'll also have a loyalty pass for those that have been to multiple Cosmoverses, so you'll get the early bird rate at any stage of the ticket sale, because we'll have 3 ticket types: the early bird, general admission, and late admission. We also have executive passes that have their own agenda with a VIP soiree and also VC pitching day and all those kind of things.
Dobro jutro and dobar dan from Split, Croatia, which is going to be the location for Cosmoverse 2025. This year's conference will take place on October 30 to November 1st, so 3 full days, multi-stage experience, a build-out developers track with our great partners at Berachain, Exhibition Zone, and much more. I'm Michael, aka Cryptocito, the founder of Cosmoverse, and very excited to make this year's Cosmoverse the home for cosmonauts from all over the world, while also expanding and onboarding a new audience with quality developers here from the Balkan area, which is a huge opportunity for the Cosmos ecosystem. Now over to Rob, our new marketing director here at Cosmoverse.
Very happy to be here because this is a team where you can contribute to the growth of the Cosmos ecosystem. Split in Croatia is a location that is easy to access. It's just 2 hours from all the major cities in Europe. You can be here literally in a split second. Cosmoverse has been having a long-lasting impact on the ecosystem. The event has been able to bring together all the contributors of the Cosmos ecosystem, and this year we are doubling down on alignment. As the Cosmos continue to shaping Web3, we are bringing here together all the Cosmos builders, founders. This is the time to align, to stay together, because with new leadership in place, this year we can actually bring to life the user-owned internet that everyone in Cosmos has been dreaming about. And Split, Croatia is the best location for this. Now only one question remains. Are you aligned?
Yes, Rob, I'm aligned, and with the executive experience, also investors, enterprise entities, and more will be aligned with Cosmoverse. Part of this will be the executive experience, as we will have VC roundtables, VC meetups, our legendary pitching competition where early stage founders have the chance to pitch in front of VCs and seasoned investors within the ecosystem. I see you all this October in Split, Croatia.
Now, before I let you go, guys, I'm Nina and I've been a contributor of Cosmoverse since 2022. And this year, we're really focused on bringing Cosmos to a new audience. The Balkans is great for that. There is a lot of high quality developers and there is plenty of events in the area, from Sofia to Prague Bucharest to Belgrade. If you're a builder, investor, founder, or simply curious to learn about Cosmos, please reach out to the team. And now, to make your travels as easy as possible, we secure an exclusive deal, and you can book that at cosmoverse.org. And last but not least, the early bird tickets are going to be live on April, so make sure that you're subscribed to our newsletter. See you all in Croatia.
Now, that's all for today. Now go play around with IBC Eureka. I hope you're as excited as I am. Also, happy launch day to Babylon. The baby token is now live. Check your airdrop. And if you really want to learn everything about Babylon and understand also their journey in Cosmos and the evolution of the Babylon project, then check out my interview with David, the founder of Babylon, which is the last video. And also you can find it on the top right here in this video. That's all. I'll see you very soon. Until then, stay safe and be good.